We are having a bit of a heat wave. It's supposed to be a high of 84 degrees today, and I am loving it, to be quite honest. It's funny, just the other day I was mentioning that here in San Diego it is fairly normal for us to kind of slip into spring temperatures in February, and it is kind of now really more summer temperatures. But like I said, I'm not complaining at all. But that begs the question, what do you do when you live without air conditioning and it's a little bit warm? Although I wouldn't call 84 degrees hot personally, but it is a little bit warm. So if you do find 84 degrees to be hot, the one place you can go is do like I'm doing here. You just get yourself to the ocean, and it is nice and cool here. I doubt that it's going to be 84 degrees here in this area. I'm in Sunset Cliffs, and obviously right here next to the water, it's usually pretty comfortable. Now this is one of my absolute favorite places to park up for a day, especially if I don't have much to do and I can just sit and watch the waves here from the cliff. This place is just spectacular. Now it's midday at the moment, so it's not quite as beautiful as it will be a little bit later. But let me give you a little look around. You can see that this is just the best place to be. I think I got pretty lucky grabbing this parking spot here. Usually by even really early morning, all of these spots are taken. So I'm feeling pretty lucky today. The weather's good, got a great parking spot in one of my favorite places to be. It's a fine, fine day. I did have a thought on my way over here that I would go down, maybe sit on that beach. But as soon as I got here, I saw that there was a ton of people down there, more people than I've ever seen at one time. I've decided I'm just going to stay up here on the cliff. Well, it's obviously not that warm out because I'm still drinking coffee, and I am drinking water too. Don't worry, I've got my bottle filled up and being conscious about drinking enough water. I get dehydrated really easily, so usually when the weather is in the 80-degree range, I'll keep some coconut water on hand, because I don't like to give up on my coffee, but I find, like everybody else, the coffee kind of dehydrates you a little bit. So if I start to feel a little bit dehydrated, I'll just drink a little bit of coconut water. I know people like Pedialyte and Gatorade, but that stuff actually gives me a migraine, and so does being dehydrated. So I found the coconut water just to be the best thing. So that way I can still drink my coffee and not have to worry about headaches. Well, if you're adventuresome, there are a bunch of sea caves here in this area, and I say adventuresome because it does involve a little bit of climbing down the cliffs to get to them. In fact, we're actually parked right on top of a sea cave. I parked here several times before I even knew that the cave was there, but like I said, this one's a little hard to get to. Some of them are a little easier, but they do take a little bit of climbing. And the easiest way to get to them, I think, is back where the crowded beach is. And since it's crowded over there, I think I'm gonna again leave going spelunking for another day. Someday though, someday I'm gonna get down there and see them. Just probably not today. Today I'm feeling a little bit lazy. Now, I have to admit, I think I've let some of you down. Over the summer, I had made several videos about how I was staying cool by staying at the coast. And for some reason, I didn't quite get that across very well. And so I had a bunch of emails and a bunch of comments from people saying that they were really sorry that I was stuck in the heat of San Diego. And just to make it very clear, I don't normally put up with heat. As long as you can get to the coast, as long as you can get right near the beach, it's usually really cool. I think we had maybe 2 or 3 days that I remember the temperature got into the 80s, low 80s. I don't remember any temperatures being more than low 80s, at least where I was hanging out. Now, the one difference is if you go inland, away from the coast and away from the beach, of course it's going to be much warmer. So I would make a little run inland to go fill up with gas and to go get groceries, because all that is cheaper. If you just drive 5-6 miles inland, you save quite a bit of money on all the things that you need to buy. But as far as where I'd spend my day, I'd spend my day right near the coast. Now, another little thing that I will try to clear up is that there are little microclimates along the coast here. So there are some little areas of the coast that are a little bit cooler than other areas. And if you hang around San Diego, you will learn those. I am not going to divulge those areas. You can figure those out yourself if you want to come down here and hang out. It's quite easy to figure those out. But this area is not one of the areas that I would usually come to if it's going to be really warm. There are other cooler places out there. You'll have to forgive me for not giving out all of the secrets. You know, I have to keep a few things to myself. So what's the best way to handle a heat wave? Well, 1, drink your coffee early in the morning when it's cool. 2, get yourself out to the beach where you know it's going to be cool out. 3, remember to drink your water. And, well, 4, am I counting right? I may have miscounted. Yeah, if you have to do some work, you know, you can get out your iPad and do a little work, but preferably don't work at all. Just stare at the waves. And also, and this is totally optional, but if you can, have some ice cream in your freezer, because this will cool you down and cheer you up. I highly recommend this. So this is my newest little trial. I've got this little cheap umbrella from Home Depot. These things are $5 or $6 at Home Depot. And I just have it up on the roof and back and then held in place on the doors with some little clips there. And seems to kind of work, especially when the sun is just beating straight into the van. I can really warm up the van a little bit, but I always want to have my doors open. So I always want to feel like I'm outside even if I have to be in the van. So this kind of works, I think. And I don't know if it works so well for rain, but it seems to work for the sun. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it.